Ready? Go. Hey guys, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're going to be going over the 4 levels of measurement for Professor Foreman's class. This is a topic where if you're not paying attention that day in class, it's super easy to miss. So we're going to go over it again and maybe give you guys some examples that are a little more relatable. So first, some background. There are 4 levels of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. And each scale is an incremental level of the measurement up before it. So here's a super easy little graph for you guys. So nominal just has the named variables, and then ordinal builds off of it. So the variables are named and they're ordered. Next we have the interval scale, where the variables are named, ordered, and there's a proportionate interval, so distance between the 2 variables. And lastly, we have the ratio variable, where it has all of those previous things, plus the variables can accommodate absolute 0.
First off, here the nominal scale. Nominal scale is defined and it's used for labeling variables into distinct classifications, but it doesn't involve a quantitative order. And this scale is the simplest of all the 4. And next slide, please. So the examples of nominal scale, we're trying to use baseball because we both like baseball. And so, which MLB team do you play for? 1, Boston Red Sox, 2, New York Yankees, or 3, Pittsburgh Pirates. I think you would just choose which one you play for. And another example could just be like what city you were from, or it's the same thing, so Boston, New York, or Pittsburgh. And then another example is which country are you from? The 3 main countries baseball players come from, the major leagues, are the United States, Dominican Republic, and Japan. And the same thing goes for that.
Okay, so next is the ordinal scale. And this is defined as a variable measurement scale used to simply depict the order of variables and not the difference between them. So these scales are generally used to depict non-mathematical ideas such as frequency, satisfaction, happiness, or a degree of pain. And ordinal, simple way to remember it is ordinal sounds like order. Excellent. So these are some examples of an ordinal scale as it relates to baseball. So the first one would be team standing. So are the Yankees in first place? Are they in second place? Are the Boston Red Sox in first place? And then another example would be if you come to the stadium and they give you out a survey or something and you have to answer how satisfied are you with the stadium's accommodations. You'd be like, so this is just an ordinal scale, so you're very unsatisfied to very satisfied. Okay, next, and again, so each one builds off the previous one. So this is interval, it builds off of ordinal. And this is a numerical scale where the order of the variables is known as well as the difference between these variables. And a super easy way to memorize it is interval indicates the distance between 2 things, and the interval scale helps us to measure that distance. So some examples of the interval scale would be the temperature difference between a super snowy day in New York Yankee Stadium versus a super sunny day in the Miami Marlins Stadium. And also another example is the differences in salary. So today Aaron Judge makes around $600,000, whereas Giancarlo Stanton makes $25 million a year. So the interval scale would simply just be the difference between those salaries.
Lastly, we have the ratio scale, which seems to be the most complicated. So it's a variable measurement scale that not only produces the order of the variables, but also makes a difference between the variables known, along with the value of the absolute 0. So this assumes that the variables have an option for 0, and the difference between the 2 variables is the same, and there's a specific order between all the options. And our example that we found is the height. So as we can see here, the height of Jose Altuve, which is the smallest player in the MLB, and Aaron Judge, who's the tallest player in the MLB. And then there's 4 classifications of less than 5'10", and then the 2, we have 6 foot, 6'2", which is the average height for MLB player, which is actually 6'2", and then we have 6'3" to 6'5", and then the biggest we have 6'6" to 6'8", which is represented by Aaron Judge. And I hope that makes it easier for you guys to understand, and good luck.
Signing out.